Good morning. More of the same compared to yesterday. We're going to have temperatures in the 80s, 70s on the coast, and we're waking up to that fog, areas of low clouds, and that'll give way to some sunshine by this afternoon. The change, though, today is we are not tracking any storms in our area, so everyone is going to remain dry. We look at visibility, starting off with the visibility near a quarter of a mile in Worcester. You have some fog along the coast and especially across the Cape and the islands. Temperatures are in the 60s, 70 though in Norwood, 67 in Boston, 64 in Worcester, and temperatures ranging in the 60s across the Cape and the islands. Dew points also in the 60s, so again, this is still going to be one of those days where it's going to feel muggy for us all. Radar and satellite, just some showers that are off to our north, and really off to the north and west is where any of that activity is going to stay today. Future forecast still holding on to a lot of clouds this morning, but as we get into midday and into the afternoon, there you see we'll continue to see some sunshine with clouds lingering the longest across the Cape and the islands. Shower threat is going to stay with those storms off to our west. So temperature trend making our way through the 70s this morning, and by this afternoon we're back in the low to mid 80s for highs, inland 70s on the coast, but the heat is on. I'll let you know when it returns ahead. Sunshine before the day is done. Here's a look at our work week headlines. It's going to stay humid, so what you're feeling out there now is only going to get a little bit stickier with the days ahead. We also have some hot temperatures that return to our forecast, mainly eyeing this between Tuesday stretching all the way to possibly Friday, and then we will have to watch for the chance for some storms at least a few days this week. We look at radar and satellite. We're not tracking anything right now, just some showers that are off to northern New England. It's pretty much the same setup that we had yesterday, so we have high pressure near the Gulf of Maine. Clockwise flow around it creates this onshore flow that's once again going to keep temperatures in the 70s and cooler along the coast. There's a front that's draped across New York State, and out ahead of that, that's where there's going to be some storms firing off today. But for the rest of us, we are going to remain dry. We look at the current wind, and we already have an onshore wind along the coast. But for most of us, we're just experiencing a light breeze. Temperatures off to a mild start with most of us in the 60s, 65 in Worcester, 67 in Boston, sitting at 70 in Norwood. Our dew points are still in the 60s. So again, this has not changed. It's still going to be that muggy feel throughout the day. We look at our future forecast, and we're keeping a lot of those clouds around throughout this morning. As we get through about midday, there you see more in the way of sunshine. It's going to be slowest to clear some of this cloud cover closer to the coast, especially across Cape and the Cape Cod and the islands. And then once we get into the afternoon, there you see more sunshine, but it's dry weather with any storms firing off well off to our west. So high temperatures pretty similar to the high temperatures we got yesterday. I think a lot of low to mid 80s inland, some of us overachieving, reaching into the upper 80s like Nashua, Fitchburg, and Attleboro, while along the coast we're in the upper 70s from the North Shore to the South Shore. Along Cape Cod and the islands, those towns generally staying in the low to mid 70s. Once again, another great day to head to the beaches with temperatures in the 70s. Our rip current risk remains low, but the UV index still high, so takes only about 20-25 minutes at most to get a sunburn. Tides, current tide, it's falling, and high tide is at 2:02. So once we get past 2 o'clock, then you're going to gain more beach space. Another great day to be on the boat. Seas 2 to 3 feet and winds southeast up to 15 knots. So relatively calm out there, but just keep in mind we are going to be dealing with some fog once again. That's slow to clear. Overnight temperatures will be in the 60s, still muggy. Areas of fog rebuilding once again. We've seen that one before, and then we'll wake up tomorrow to those low clouds, get into the 80s again. It's warm, it's humid. Temperatures running coolest at the Cape. Now tomorrow we have to watch for the threat for a storm, and this is mainly going to be for areas north and west of the city. So there you see cloud cover. Then we get into some sunshine for some of us. There you see that line of showers and storms well outside of 495, and as it continues to get closer to Metro West and closer to the coast, most of these continue to fizzle out. We'll have to watch for storms still making their way across southern New Hampshire and to the North Shore, and then once we get past sunset, I think that threat is going to diminish. You look at our 7-day forecast. There you see Tuesday through Friday, the heat is really going to build when you factor in that humidity. Some days it could feel like the upper 90s, possibly close to 100 degrees. I think our driest day is going to be on Wednesday, but we will watch for the chance for storms Tuesday and Thursday, and then another round of storms on Friday.
Melanie, thank you.